Hello! How's everyone doing? It's so good to see you. Lots of people on here already today.
Well, we're back with another goodie. I'm excited.
We sure are. We are also fresh off of vacation. So I don't know if that means we're well rested and ready to do this, or if we're like, what are we doing today?
I'm sure it'll be perfect. We're well prepared.
We are. Of course we are.
Hopefully we're not still in vacation mindset.
Yes.
But anyway.
In fact, I just saw someone on here said they were from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
And we were in Spring City, Tennessee.
Yes,
so
we were.
I forget who said that, but
Yep.
we were right down by you for vacation. So anyway, we are glad you are joining us today for day one of our Ohio Star Workshop. And no matter where you are in the world and in the country, I've seen a lot of different states on here. You will be able to truly appreciate this traditional beauty.
Absolutely. What this is there's a barn quilt, but then there is also a little bonus that will be in the files for you too. We'll talk about that in just a little while.
Mm-hmm.
So can I put it back up there now?
No. Before we get completely started and into all the goodness that we're going to share with you today, we thought we should introduce ourselves.
That's probably a good idea.
So this is my mom. I'm
Annie Moody,
Yep.
and I'm one of the co-founders of Hoop Sisters. And this is my daughter.
Hello, my name's Aubrey Ellerbrock. I do a lot of behind the scenes and live things and none of the quilting. So it takes all kinds, right?
It does.
So she's the designer on this project. So she's who's coming live with me today. And we're excited. We're going to show you a collection of sorts. And we know you're going to love it. So do you want me to hold it up and you talk about it?
Well, let's hang up the one that's down there.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about it a little bit, and then we'll bring in the other colorway.
Okay, and then before we do that, before we reveal, we're only one minute in here. You're excited. You are ready to show up.
This.
I'm not ready yet, okay? I have a couple things I want to share with you before we do. First of all, if you're joining us for the first time today and you've never been on a Hoop Sisters workshop, or maybe you've been on one, but you still consider yourself new, could you please drop a number 1 in the comments, because we want to make sure that we say hi to you and welcome you. I did see someone earlier say that this was their first time on. So if that's you, drop a number 1. Quickly, I want to just tell you why these workshops are so fantastic. Number 1, they're completely free to register for and watch. Maybe learn something new that you can do with your embroidery machine. But we also do give out a free gift when you register, and you can download that. Why don't we pop and show them real quick what the free gift was for this workshop?
There you go. You take those and I'll take
cute.
These. They're just adorable little coasters. And there's been a few people who have registered that have put their pictures of their coasters in our VIP group. And they're so cute. And, a lot of people are going to make these for a family member, or make them for my quilt guild or sewing friends. And so it just makes a wonderful, very quick, and very fun and easy gift. So,
I love these number 1s too, flashing up. I hope you guys registered. If you put a number 1, and if you didn't, that's okay. Next time register, because we have workshops going on all the time.
Right. We give these free things out every single time we have a workshop.
Yes. So it's just a really great time for you to watch Annie or whoever the designer is on the particular project stitch something out. We walk you through it. Day 1 today, we're going to be revealing the new design. She's going to stitch out a block, and then tomorrow we're going to do trim joins, all that stuff.
And it's possible I'm not going to do trim right now. Never mind. Okay, that's tomorrow.
You never know. We might change things.
You just never know.
Yeah. And then you can decide at the end of this day 1 of the workshop if you want to order the new design and try it out, or if you just kind of want to keep watching, and that's okay too. So it's really up to you. The other thing I wanted to quickly mention before we pull off this reveal is that we do also have local quilt shops all throughout the US. We also have some in Canada, some in Australia, and the names of the shops that are on the screen right now have this new design, the Ohio Star It's truly a collection.
It really is a collection.
They have
we'll
it.
explain that as
Yes,
we go.
we will. But they have this in stock. So if you see your local quilt shop's name up on the screen right now, we highly encourage you to contact them, order through them. You'll get the same pricing, bonuses and everything through the shop as you would with us today. And if you're going, I don't have, that shop is not near me at all, that's okay too. You will also be able to order from us today, and we are going to share with you the best way to get the best deal. So if this is a shop near you, order through them. If not, stick around and we will be sure. I don't know what's next. I feel like it might be a slide that has something on it. Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is actually do the reveal.
Put it up there.
Now we can do it.
Have you do it because that nail's up there pretty high.
Oh yeah, I'll do it, and you
Okay.
can talk about it. Okay.
All right. So what Aubrey's going to put up here right now is our red colorway, red and white,
So
of our
pretty.
Ohio Star barn quilt. Now
We got more.
the collection has the barn quilt in 3 different sizes, and it also in the collection also has a smaller version of it, which we'll talk about too. And this is a medium size, and we did this one in blue. And you can see hopefully you can see there's some wood grain quilting through here. And basically our blocks are triangle blocks. So these are all triangles, and that's to help you get a bigger block to eventually have a bigger quilt that is a giant barn quilt. So they are triangular shaped blocks. So some are wood grain. There's different files because the wood grain's going different ways in some of these. And then the ones that are the darker color, they have some pretty quilting and some scrolls and stuff like that. That's very pretty.
You guys want to see the back? Oh, our comments are hidden.
Uh-oh.
We can't see.
We gotta see what they're saying.
We don't know what they're saying. Okay, there we go.
Instant gratification.
Love it.
people.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So this is the back. We just showed you the front.
That's the back.
Isn't that cool?
So it's really cool because you almost have to do a double take if you don't know if you're looking at the front or the back. So you can do, this is where we added, while it was still in the hoop and it's stitching, we added the backing fabric and tacked it down. Then we matched our needle and bobbin thread to get the stitching to show through on the back too. And you can do it that way, or you can do a one-piece back. So there you go.
So pretty.
I want
So large,
large, medium, and I do not have a small.
You don't have a small.
I don't have a small, but I think the small is like 33 inches by 33 inches. The big one behind us is 51 inches square, and the medium that was blue color, that one is 41 inches square.
Okay.
So I show them this. I kind of want to show them this.
Okay.
Okay, so we showed you that the back looked almost just like the front because we added our backing fabric and matched our needle and bobbin thread. That is one option for backing it.
Mm-hmm.
The second option would be a one-piece backing. And here I've taken the files that were the darker color and I just made a whole bunch of them and made it into a table runner. So this would be an example of what it would look like with a one-piece backing, where you really can't see the stitching, but you can see where we've done a serpentine stitch in the ditch to help everything lay nice and flat.
I mean, how gorgeous is this table runner?
It is.
So you did this all one color.
All one
with
color.
this shimmery fabric?
Yep, with that shimmery fairy frost fabric.
I love this.
Yep. And this is,
this is the triangle.
This is the triangle. So you just use one of those triangles for the end. We don't give you the fabric requirements for this. However, I mean,
but
you
you
could
do
just
for these.
keep going. Absolutely. For the small, medium, and large barn quilt.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
That is, I mean, the quilting, you guys, look at this. And this is really like tone on tone. And you can still see it really just pop.
Can you imagine doing a whole cloth quilt like that?
Oh, I feel like there's a
that.
lady. Oh, I think her name's Kathy, but I can't remember her last name. If you're on here, let me know. Does them all in white.
Yes.
Like all
Yep.
of our quilts
I know who
in
you're
white.
talking
And
about. I
it's
can't
always
think of her name either.
so
Yep.
pretty.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now what?
So now before you get stitching, I also want to just pop some of these things up here because these are some frequently asked questions like minimum hoop size, approximate finish sizes. So you can see those on screen there. So for the minimum hoop size, the small needs a 5.5 by 11.
Yes.
And that would make, and this, by the way, is this version.
Actually, I don't remember. Yes,
so
I
not
think
this
it is.
version. So
Yes,
we haven't even
yes.
talked about the other one yet.
Right.
So hold tight.
Yes.
So this is the one that we're showing you now with the triangles instead of blocks. So from the 5.5 inches by 11 inches up to the large size would need the red and white one on the wall behind us, 8.75 by 17.5 inches. And then the approximate finish sizes, the small would be 33 inches squared, medium 44 inches squared, and the large 51 inches squared, okay? Is the table runner the large or medium squares? This looks large to me, but
compared to that one, I believe.
No.
I think it's the medium.
I think it's the medium.
Okay. We have no idea.
You made this a while ago.
I know.
Okay, this really shows off this quilting too. Oh my gosh, look at that.
I want to also point out that we also give you instructions that you could put a binding on this, or you could do this with a facing. So we give the instructions how to do the facing, and that red and white one you're looking at now has the facing option to it. So you have two different ways that you could back it, and two different ways that you could finish the edges, and we give you the instructions and everything you need for all that.
Okay. And then here is a close-up shot of the medium size.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love the wood. First of all, the wood grain is very subtle there. And then the heart is really popping out.
Yeah, it is.
It's really, really beautiful. Okay. But we're not done yet.
Oh, yeah, there's more.
There is more.
So what you looked at has been a barn quilt size, but what you're looking at now on the screen is actually smaller blocks that are square and not triangle. They are meant for repeating them so that you can make it into a huge bed-sized quilt if you want to. Now, just the pictures you see there with the full Ohio star at the bottom, I just want to tell you it comes in 5-inch, 7-inch, and 10-inch block sizes. So the finished sizes are listed there. The large, and that's just for the one square of the full Ohio star. The large is 30 inches square. The medium is about 20 3/4, and the smaller one is 14.7 or 3/4 inches. So just to be clear, that is not a barn quilt, nor is it triangle blocks. That's what we showed you behind us on the wall. What you're looking at now, we're going to show you our smaller versions, and these are blocks that are the normal square blocks.
Also, when we say bonus, you all, this is not a bonus like you're used to.
Right.
This is included in the Ohio Star. It comes with it. We have another bonus that's a traditional how you think of Hoop Sisters bonus.
It's a bonus that is not limited to buying it at a certain time. It is included with your designs.
Right, and this is the 5-inch.
This is the 5-inch block.
But it comes 5, 7, 10?
Right, 5,
Okay.
7, 10, and this is 5 and 7. And so you can see that if you just repeated these, and we give you fabric requirements for these bonus smaller square blocks, we give you the fabric requirements for wall hanging, twin, queen, and on up to king size quilt.
I'm not trying to cut your face off,
That's
but
okay,
I think
cut
they
it off.
need
They
to
don't wanna
see
see
this up close. How pretty is this? So this one comes in more of your traditional block grid layout, and the one behind us is the triangle that can go very big. So you get both.
Triangle
I love it.
blocks so that you can make the barn quilt, or the square blocks so you can make something that fits on a bed. And again, these come in 5, 7, and 10-inch.
Yep. And look at the quilting.
Isn't that beautiful? Keep moving it around.
Yes, I love that they're included too, Trish. I think this is going to be so much fun. And then I saw Teresa said, I can't find it anymore. She said something about her credit card needs help or something. I don't remember. Somebody said something about it. I was laughing. That's awesome. Okay, so let's flash that up there one more time because I want you all to see the grid layout one that we just showed you comes with it. We're calling it a bonus, but it is included. And that one has 5, 7, and 10-inch block sizes included. So that's pretty awesome as well. Okay, plus, oh, that's just so pretty. How fun is this, you guys? And so also I will say the grid that you see there, the red and then the more brown one to the far left, the quilting's a little bit different.
The quilting is just slightly different.
Yep. So a little bit different quilting on there too.
We don't want you to get bored.
So many possibilities is right, Denise. Okay. We should also talk about this.
Yes, matter of fact, I had
look at you.
That's fine. So what you're looking at here, this comes with the bonus that is included with your Ohio Star collection. Trying to get all the words out correctly, but it's not the bonus that you get extra. It's actually included when you purchase it. And so basically, what you'll see with your instructions for the bonus square blocks is you will get different layouts. You'll get the fabric requirements for, let me just double check, make sure I've got this right. For a 9 patch, which we saw the small ones we held up, for a wall hanging or a baby quilt, for a twin or full, and also for a queen or king quilt. So you will be able to make any size quilt you want. And then what would be really cool is if you have this on a bed and then over the headboard above the head of the bed, you could put that barn quilt up there.
Oh,
wouldn't that be cool?
Ooh.
That'd be very, I was thinking about that.
I don't have a guest room. I have too many children, but if I did,
that would be awesome.
Yeah.
We might get Aubrey sewing yet here before it's
I've
all
got
over.
at least 10 years before I try that. Lisa, if you purchased already from the quilt shop, yes, the bonus that we're talking about right now, we're using the word bonus because it's just like an extra thing that is included. We like to have all the options. It's not the bonus. We'll get to the bonus later.
Yep, there's an additional bonus.
But check with your quilt shop, Lisa, because they do have that and can get that to you. Okay.
We haven't even shown them that yet.
I know. I don't know what slide is next. So, oh yeah, let's put this in here too. And so this is the sizing for the runner. And that picture does not do this runner justice. We might have to hold that up again, but the small would be 11 inches by 44 inches. And you can take it all the way up to 17 and a half inches by 68 and a half inches. Remember, these are the finished sizes.
And that picture is using the triangle blocks that are from the barn quilt, but you could also be cute to do the 5-inch blocks, square blocks on the bonus and make a table runner with that as well.
Yeah, and the runner is just something we did extra, just to be clear. The instructions for how to do the runner are not in this, but the instructions for everything else we've shown you
it's just one of the blocks over and over and over.
The runner really is amazing. In fact, you did it. It's so beautiful, that tone on tone and that sparkly fabric. But I think it would be pretty even like if it wasn't tone on tone.
Yeah, I think anything would be pretty with anything.
Okay. I think Annie should start stitching so we can show you guys exactly how to do this. What do you think? How does that sound? All right, let's pull her up on camera over here and we're going to show you exactly how we did this, starting with our amazing battleizer.
Yeah. Okay, so what this is going to require is just one piece of fabric. I'm going to pull this in here, and I just wanted to show you that this is, I've started, or actually had somebody, Tammy helped me started with this. But basically we are going to stitch out this block. So I have a cute little pink and white sample, would make an adorable baby quilt, I think. So now I just need somebody to have a baby girl and we'll be all set.
Not me.
Can I get that little piece of battleizer that you?
Yeah.
Okay, so first thing that we do with our designs is that you need to hoop the battleizer, which is what I have in the hoop right now. And basically your battleizer, it's a thin piece of batting that has the scrim still on it, so it's stabilized Plus it's thin, so it's easy to hoop. So that is always step number one. And I don't know, Aubrey, does it show on the screen that I franken-batted across here?
Not really, but when you point, I mean, you can, if they
Yeah.
squint, but you really can't tell.
Right, so sometimes, even though you hoop all of it, when you trim the blocks, sometimes you'll have a big scrap left, and we just believe in franken-batting and saving some of that battleizer that you can reuse it. So that's what I did here. Our step number one in the design is just basically sewing a placement stitch for where to put your wool or fabric. And I'll explain that. Step two, and well, let me just back up a little bit. I did it in this hot pink color, but when you are stitching this, when you're actually making it, you're going to use water soluble thread, because the first few steps you can just use that same thread over and over without changing your thread constantly. So that's why we have you put water soluble thread in there. Step two would be if you wanted to add a wool, a piece of wool in here, that would be step two. For this quilt, I'm going to skip the wool and I'm going to go on to placing the fabric. So if you don't want wool, you just skip to step three, and then you're going to lay your fabric down. We tell you exactly what size to cut it. We tell you to cut a square a certain size and then cut it on the diagonal two different ways. The size block I'm making is a small.
Really?
It's the small for the barn quilt.
Wow.
Isn't that big?
Yeah.
The barn quilt.
What size is your hoop?
My hoop is, I won't tell you my hoop size because everyone's hoop size is going to be different. The file size is 5.5 inches wide by 11 inches up and down.
Cool.
Okay, so you're going to place your fabric and you're just going to pick it up. Make sure you have approximately 1/2 inch on all those different sides so that everything is sufficiently covered. And again, this is also a water soluble step. And then this step we use water soluble because sometimes, well, when you sew your blocks together, you're going to be sewing right on that basting stitch. And if that basting stitch is peeking out after you get your blocks sewn together, then you can just get it wet and the stitch will dissolve. So you just need to make sure your fabric stays nice and smooth. And it does that. And then you're going to change to a thread that pretty much matches or coordinates nicely with your fabric. And at first it's going to do like a crosshatch quilting, and then it's going to go ahead and do the pretty feathers. So I'm already set with the correct thread in there. Now I'm going to just explain something just because I want everyone to know. In this sample, I'm doing a one-piece backing. So on this is my one-piece backing. So when you take it out of the hoop and you trim it using the trimmer by George, which we'll show you tomorrow, and you sew all your blocks together, you still have your batting there. If you are going to add your backing fabric at the same time, then on the last step we did is you're going to also place your backing fabric underneath your hoop. So you're going to take your hoop off the machine, turn it upside down, leave your block in the hoop, don't take it out. Just take it off the machine, put your backing fabric on the back, and it clings really nicely to the battleizer. But since this quilt, I'm doing a one-piece backing, I can skip putting it on the back, and all I needed to do was to put it on the front.
And I do see some questions about battleizer. I just wanted to let you all know I've got them kind of starred here so that Annie can take a look at them and get them answered.
Well, why don't you read them off to me, Aubrey, and I'll see if I can answer them for you.
Okay, so the first question about battleizer was, is there a right or wrong side? How do you know which side to hoop up and that sort of thing?
You know, it's kind of funny because even sometimes hoop sisters don't always agree with each other. Frankly, I don't think that there is a right or wrong side. However, my partner, Linda, she thinks that there is a right and wrong side, meaning that the scrim would be on the back. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't think there is, but Linda thinks that the side where the scrim is should be on the back.
They're having a hard time hearing you, so
Oh,
you're gonna have to
okay.
lean in. But you can kind of feel it, I think.
Yeah.
But it's also doesn't really hurt it either way.
No, and you can actually you can take your battleizer. There it is. And you can tell which side is the scrim. So that scrim side, according to Linda, needs to be on the bottom. So yeah. Yeah, Linda thinks that it clings better by doing that, but try it both ways and see what you think. Got any more questions?
Somebody asked also regarding battleizer, how tight is it hooped? Which is a good question, and I don't think we get it very often.
It is a very good question. All the hoops are made a little bit differently. We have Janome machines here at Hoop Sisters, and what we have a plastic insert that we can lay our battleizer over the hoop, and then put the plastic insert over the top of that, and then it's one of those hoops that has the magnets all around it, and it gives the perfect tension that you need for this. However, sometimes you have to use a hoop that has an inner and an outer hoop, and I would say I wouldn't really pull it a whole lot, just get it in there so it's nice and tight, but not stretched. You don't really need to stretch it out at all. You don't want it to sag either. So it's still doing all that pretty background quilting.
So Cindy said, I've been working on sewn seeds. That's another project of ours. A very big project. It is. Would doing the serpentine stitch be okay for adding the backing?
Are you talking about adding the backing, like skipping? I guess I need to know if you're talking about adding the backing while it's in the hoop, or adding the backing for one piece back. And maybe
I'll flash Nina's info up here too. So if you need some specific help with that one, we can get you off the workshop and be able to ask some questions back. How about that? And we answered the hoop size. We answered that. Oh, and somebody wants to see the back of the table runner again. So just wants to see the table runner again. So we'll make sure to do that too.
okay. All right, I am on the next step. Oh, I probably should have. I have to cut my thread because my thread cutter's turned off. So bear with me for a second. I'm going to change the thread, and now the machine is going to do the pretty scrolls and feathers. And I'm going to put a thread in there that I definitely want to show up. So here we go with our hot pink. And basically, this is just a quilt sandwich. There's no applique, there's no piecing. It's just a quilt sandwich. And then you join all of them together later, which is what tomorrow's all about. Okay, so I'm just going to hit the start button. And I have a little thread tail I'm going to grab.
I see a question about how to make Frankenbat. So I think maybe we can either post the video or maybe even tomorrow we can add that to the lineup.
Absolutely.
So we can, yeah. So tomorrow when we talk about trimming and joining the blocks together, we can add Frankenbat.
We can do that.
Okay.
Cool.
Look at that.
See,
Ooh, that's
another
like a
thread tail from
fun
the
color.
beginning. Isn't that fun?
Mm-hmm.
I think this would make such a cute little baby quilt.
Tomorrow's workshop, day 2, will be the same exact time as today, same place. Well, not same link. We'll send you a different link out via text, but it'll be at 2 p.m. and that's Eastern Standard Time.
This is actually the last step.
Oh, perfect. Nina put the Frankenbat video, y'all. So
Nice. So this is the last step of this design. And this is what it's stitching now, is the darker color, that hot pink. So when that's finished stitching in just a couple minutes, we'll have our block complete.
It's like she's not even driving. She's just kind of letting it go.
Matter of fact, I'm going to come over here by you.
Okay. We have a new microphone, so let us know if we're sounding okay. But we did want to, someone asked to see the runner again.
Yes.
Here you go. Don't hit the microphone.
I'll try not to. But there's the runner.
You're showing the back. Let's show the front.
I thought you wanted to show the back.
Well, I think they wanted to see the whole thing.
Okay, that's the front. Keeps going.
It keeps going. There's the back.
And there's the back. So it's just one piece backing, and then we stitch in the ditch using the serpentine stitch, which is just a meandering stitch that goes back and forth like that. And when you see it, look at the front again, it blends in so nicely with the quilting that you really have to look for it. If we didn't tell you it was there, you would not see it.
Yep. Pretty cool. All right. Okie dokie. So while that is finishing stitching, let's talk about the bonus.
Okay.
So normally we have a bonus when you buy during the workshop. Today we've thrown the word bonus around a couple
maybe
times.
Should have had a different word besides bonus.
Because the first bonus was included if you just get the download or the USB. But this bonus project that we're going to talk about now is the Ohio Star Saucer. And it's so cute. Annie's got hers, is holding bobbins. We'll show that to you in just a second. And this is if you create your own bundle during the workshop, and we're going to get into all those details. This will be a bonus added to your cart. Okay. I'm going to pop us up so you can show them what's in your hand.
Here's my little Ohio Star Saucer. As you can see, it has a couple of bobbins in there. I'm going to just hold it up like this without the bobbins. But the fun thing about it is that you can make this reversible. And you just poke out the sides, and then you have this little saucer shaped thing. I mean, I could see this being on your dresser or nightstand with your jewelry on it overnight.
Earrings,
whatever. Put it in the kitchen if you want to take your rings off when you're doing some grimy dishes or something like that. But a lot of different uses, but I like that it contains bobbin. I think that will be my number one choice on how I would use that. But this is the bonus.
Is it reversible?
Yeah, that's what we just
Oh,
said.
I wasn't listening. I was reading comments.
It's hard to
so cool.
multitask. But it's just a cute, adorable little saucer. This is the bonus. It's a $15 value, but you get it for free, and Aubrey's going to tell you how to do that. Remember, we also talked about the Ohio Star collection. The bonus of the square blocks is what's included when you purchase the Ohio Star. This bonus is a whole it's a bonus too.
Yeah.
Bonus squared.
And the first time we said bonus was for like the blocks, the grid style Ohio Star. And this has 5-inch, 7-inch, and 10-inch block sizes. Okay. This gets quite a bit bigger, but this one goes down to a 5-inch. All right. So just to kind of mention that. Okay. Oh, look at you.
There, it's done. So you basically make a bunch of quilt sandwiches to do your barn quilt. This one, which is the darker, is the red that you see on the quilt behind me. This one, you're going to make 12 of these. And then these wood grain ones that you see here in the white, you're going to make 6 of each of them. So there's actually 4 different files here. So you'll make 6 of each of these and 12 of these. And then you can put them together and you'll have a cool barn quilt.
It's really, really beautiful. And it's too far away for you guys to see how beautiful. By the end, I might have to pull this quilt up because you just can't see it as well as in person. But you guys know that because anytime that you watch the workshops and then you order it and make it, isn't it always so much better in person? So I did see someone ask about the size of the saucer. So we do have the file size on here, which is 5.05 by 5.03. So hopefully that answers that question. So now we're going to dive into how to get the best deal, because I don't know about you guys, but I like beautiful things that have options and are a great price.
And so do I. And that's why we frankenbat around.
That's right. That's right. And at this time, I'm also going to ask our customer service girl who's in the chat named Nina to drop the order link. So if you did not have a shop near you, you can order it direct from us. But before you hit that button, let me tell you how to get the best deal, okay? You can create a bundle. So when we say create your bundle, it just means you're going to be able to pick any 2 things that are within this Ohio Star category, which Nina just dropped the link to. So you can flip around in that category. I believe there's 2 pages in there. So don't just kind of skim quickly. At the bottom, you can hit the tab over and you'll see some more things in there too. So you can save 10% if you create a bundle, and that's just adding 2 items. So it could be that you get the design either on USB or as a download, and it'll automatically take 10% off, and it will pop in that bonus project, which was the saucer. Okay. All right, now there are some exclusions to this, and that would be our strip stick, which we're going to use and talk about tomorrow. The mono poly invisible thread, also excluded, we're going to use and talk about tomorrow. And the vanish light thread, those are our exclusions for this. But I like to give examples because I want you guys to see how much you can save by ordering during the workshop. And so what this would look like is if, say, you get the Ohio Star design and you get 5 yards of battleizer, that's automatically going to give you 2 things you need to make the project, but also get you the bonus for free. It takes money off of both of those things in your cart. So instead of spending $137.99, you're only going to spend $110.69. And one thing that we haven't really talked about, which we should on this thing, is the quilting is included. So once you make this, you don't have to worry about, okay, how do I quilt it? Do I have to take it to a long armor or something like that?
Or pull up a different embroidery file.
You don't have to do that. So that's the magic in there. And so ordering, if you did the Ohio Star design and 5 yards of battleizer during workshop, which is today and tomorrow, it's going to save you $27.30. So that's pretty cool. This slide is showing the same thing, but with 15 yards of battleizer. Because if you're going to make a bigger one or more, multiple, you might want more battleizer. In which case you would save $32.35 if you get the design and the 15 yards of battleizer. However, if you are international, we do have international customers, right? So if you're an international customer, I would highly recommend just doing the downloads, so you don't have to worry about shipping and all that stuff. We understand it's expensive to get things to Australia and the UK and Africa, South Africa, and wherever else. So we know, and it can be a challenge. So we would suggest getting this design as a download. We also have in that Ohio Star category other downloads. So if you wanted to do that, okay? So here is the complete Ohio Star set. So we did the free gift with registration. Registration closed today at noon. So a lot of you took advantage of that, which is exciting. And then the bonus, if you create your own bundle, is the saucer that you see there. And then we also have both styles of the Ohio Star included in the design.
With triangle shaped blocks so that you can make it super huge. And also the small scale Ohio Star is what we're calling it. And those are square blocks that are easily repeated to make bed size quilts. So you get both of those.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay. I also wanted to mention, So I also wanted to give Mary Jean Gissel I'm probably saying her last name wrong, but I wanted to give her a shout out. She is with Becky's Sewing Center. They're at the quilt shop in Goshen, Indiana. She made this beautiful quilt. This is our Ohio Star. And I just wanted to show just another colorway because look at that.
That's gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Absolutely gorgeous.
So she sent that to us, and we thought, you know what? We are going to have to share that because it's always fun to see different colorways. Just so beautiful. All right. So tomorrow we're coming back at 2:00. And what are you going to talk about tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'm going to show you how to use the trimmer by George to remove the bulk from your seam. So I'll use the trimmer by George on the block that we just stitched out. I'm going to show you how to properly pin so everything lines up perfectly. And then I'm going to sew the seam, and I'm going to show you how to press using the strip stick. The strip stick is something you will need if you plan on putting wool in your quilt in addition to battleizer, and you would do that if you wanted a little more loft in your quilt. So I'll show you how to use that strip stick. And then basically I'm not going to actually do it because there won't be a time in the live, but we'll just talk about adding a one piece back or doing sashing, and we'll just kind of talk about all that stuff.
So we just wanted to mention this now because we've noticed in the past sometimes new people get the design and then the next day they're like, oh shoot, I need to get this stuff too. So we just want to mention it if you're adding things to your cart, especially if you're wanting that 10% off and the saucer bonus. Everything on the top row of this slide, either size of our battleizer, either of our scissors, the regular or the mini, and also the trimmer are included in the Create Your Own Bundle promotion, meaning if you get the design, you can pick any one of those. Right. And you're going to get 10% off, plus it'll qualify you for the bonus. Everything on the bottom of that slide is excluded from the promotion. You can still order it. It won't count towards the 10%. Okay.
And I don't think sometimes we don't mention this enough, but the trimmer by George, when you get it, has a QR code. It has two of them on there. One of the QR codes is a video to show you exactly how to use it, even though we're going to show you tomorrow. It's something that maybe by the time you get it, you'll be like, oh gosh, how did that work again? But the QR code will show you how. The second QR code that's on the packaging of the trimmer by George leads you to a free design that you can download. And it's a little trimmer case, or I like to say a sleeping bag, that your trimmer by George 3.0 will fit in perfectly.
Yes. Okay. All right. So we just wanted to mention that. So let's just give a quick recap. Really, the best time to order these new things that we come out with is during the workshop, which is right now and tomorrow, which will be Thursday, July 25th, 2024. And by midnight, okay? So you'll save 10% and get that free bonus, which is the saucer when we're talking about the bonus. When you create your own bundle, I'll ask Nina to drop that website order link again. And there's 2 pages, but anything within the Ohio Star category, those 2 pages, we have those 3 exclusions, but everything else, if you add 2 things to your cart, you'll get 10% off plus the saucer. And again, that is going to expire tomorrow at midnight. Okay. I think I got it all. Okay.
Woo!
I know.
Oh, what's our keyword?
Well, it was Ohio, and don't worry, they know what it is. She has no idea what the keyword is, but they know.
As long as they're paying attention, that's all that matters.
They are paying attention. I'm going to do that giveaway, but real quick, before I do the giveaway, we just want to remind you that we do have a real life customer service person who answers the phone and also has an email address there on the screen too. So you will definitely be able to get help. If you have specific questions about your cart or special codes or anything like that, just go ahead and get in touch with Nina. And I believe there is a shop in Canada. I believe it was Heather Bell's Sewing Studio, Carol. I don't know where you are in relationship to her, but Heather Bell's, she's in West Lorne, Ontario, I believe is how you say it. So check her out. But if you have specific questions and you need help, just reach out to Nina. We get so many comments in here, fast and furious, that the best thing to do is just contact her directly. So now, we'll have her drop that order link probably 2 more times because I'm going to also ask you to type in the keyword and then it'll get buried. So type the word Ohio That's our keyword for today. And everything that we just talked about, I just saw this question, expires tomorrow at midnight. The design will still be available and so will all the tools. But if you want to create your own bundle and get the 10% and the freebie, you need to do it before midnight tomorrow. Okay?
Chris Goodman said Nina is the best.
Yes. And if she doesn't,
we agree.
Yeah. And if she doesn't answer the phone, it's because she's helping someone else and she'll just give you a call right back.
Will.
So, okay, I'm going to do this giveaway. I think it's time. That's not it. Okay, there we go. Okay, here we go. Anyone else want to type it in? Because there were more than 285 of you watching between Facebook and YouTube. Anybody else real quick? Oh, there we go. There's one. I always like to give you a shot. Okay. Now, what are you going to win if your name pops up here? You are going to win $50 in Hoop Sisters store credit.
Ooh,
Eileen Lloyd. Awesome.
Congratulations. Is that a pug? Oh my goodness.
Is it?
I think it is.
Cute.
Sorry, we're looking at your Facebook profile picture.
So congratulations, Eileen. She is over on Facebook. And I love that you won because I've seen your name a million times. You are a wonderful supporter of Hoop Sisters. So congratulations. You just won $50 in Hoop Sisters store credit. And I'm going to tell you how to claim it. You're going to want to get in touch with Nina within 5 business days, and she will pop $50 in store credit into your account with us, and you can go shopping. So congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. It's exciting.
And I love our community. Look at this. Everyone's saying congratulations, congratulations. Yes, Jacqueline, these are recorded. You can watch the replay over. It looks like you're on YouTube, so the replays will be on YouTube. So you can definitely watch it there. And yes, she has pugs.
Yes, all right. Plural?
Every time I know someone that has a pug, they have more than one.
You have to have at least 2 at a time.
At least 2. Anyway, okay, so tomorrow, let's just recap this real quick. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time, we will be live again. If we have your texting number, then we'll text you again with a direct link. And what are we talking about tomorrow?
Tomorrow, we're going to use the trimmer by George and trim the block that I just made so you can remove the bulk and the seams. We're going to pin it, sew it together, and we're going to talk a little bit about backing and sashing and all that good stuff.
And Frankenback. We're going to teach you about Frankenback.
That's right. That
too.
was added to the list as well.
Yeah. Okay, you all, I'm going to ask Nina to drop that shopping link one more time. And again, shop with your local quilt shops first and foremost. If you do not have a shop near you, then use the link that Nina is dropping. And as we close out here today, I'm going to pop those shops back up on the stage, and you can take a look at those. If you are having registration issues or you can't get your free gift, any of that, please contact Nina. We can't really help you over the live. It's just too much going on. But get a hold of our customer service direct, and she will be glad to help you. Yeah. All right, you all, have fun shopping. Yep. We'll see you tomorrow.